I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Volume11music.com. BigMex here for the BigMex and Jamie show.
I'm Jamie. I'm here for the BigMex and Jamie show.
Are you really?
We got a packed house, man.
This is a packed table, yes. Tonight
like
it
this.
is. You like it?
It's like Thanksgiving with podcasts.
Yes, exactly. So we have a return. We have a return guest, and he's returning not only as a guest but a part of our family now. Casey Wells from the Q Podcast, and
hello.
You have your friends.
Yes, Jeremy.
Did I just and Chris.
And Chris.
From the Q Podcast.
From the Q Podcast. They're going to be...
It is better when you hold the mic. It's true.
They're going to have their podcast on our website from now on volume11music.com.
Yes, thank you very much.
You guys are going to be here, and somebody's mic, or actually, you know what? I think it's your phone that's making this noise in the headphones.
Is it?
I believe so, yes.
You can unplug it now.
So I'm going to have to unplug that iOS.
My phone back out.
So you did infect us.
Yeah, you totally messed it up.
I tend to do that.
So if you hear that ba-dump noise, then that was Casey's phone that was fucking everything up. But
you're welcome, by the way.
Thank you. So welcome, dude. Thank you so much for being a part of this. And I'm glad that you guys are a part of it. I've listened to your podcast many times. By many, I mean like 2 or 3 times.
That's all you need.
And that's all you need, really, because it's just an awesome podcast. And you should check it out, the Q Podcast on volume11music.com. Now starting when you guys, this is going to be your this is
episode?
Yeah, this is like a dual podcasting. We're gonna like Jamie very rarely has something witty to say. Today he had something witty of crossing the streams.
Yes,
that was great.
I've been like teasing that for a while now. I brought that up a couple weeks ago when we were talking about this, and I was like, oh man, I cannot wait to put up a Ghostbusters picture on Facebook, and I got to do it.
Yeah.
So I was really happy. So we've crossed the stream.
Brilliant. It was, when I saw that hashtag today, it was like I was so jealous that I didn't come up with it.
I felt good. That's the only thing I have going for me right now. So
and
I'm going to make a T-shirt.
That looked good. You know what I'm saying?
Just write it, man.
And you know what? It's and I've seen hashtag Anna and Nikki are here also, and we also got Wes from Dim. Here in the house tonight. How's it going, bud? Good, man. I'm glad you can join us.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah? You've had a packed few weeks. You've had a packed couple of weeks here lately.
Yeah, it's getting a little light now, so it's good.
Yeah. Well, hang back, have a couple drinks, whatever. We also got Nikki and Anna here tonight. I'm sure they're totally excited about the geeky boys, the geek guys coming into the fold. They have somebody else than just the 2 rock guys. The 2 music guys to bounce stuff off.
We're taking over.
I think we're going to get along.
Yeah, we're kind of like the second-hand citizens. I like it kind of.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk so much.
Exactly.
But I keep doing it. So yeah.
So Jamie, what do we got as far as like news? What's going on?
Yeah, we should cover some music news.
Yeah,
I think that's a good
little
idea.
bit. That's how we usually kick it off.
Like quick music news would be like Saint Estonia. We talk about them a lot.
Shut up! I don't want to hear you talk about how I said so.
Oh. Thank you, because you know what? I wasn't going to until you just said that.
Yeah, whatever.
So if you listened to last week's, actually you probably haven't listened to that
yet.
yet.
I bet you had inside information on that show.
I swear. That's why I was so amazed. But yeah, Saint Estonia is opening up for Seether when they play Vegas here. But their album dropped this week. It's actually a pretty good album.
Yeah.
There's a lot of slow songs on there, so that's the only drawback to it.
Yeah.
It's a little weak in that sense, but pretty good.
For the ladies.
Slow jams. So, it's okay.
Okay.
What else we got? Trivium. Trivium released a new old track. It's called Silence in the Snow. Anybody hear this track?
I'm still... You lost me at new old track.
Okay. So you remember the Shogun album?
No.
Okay, see? Well, there was an album called Shogun. That was one of their first albums. Okay. And they had kind of a different... One? It's like that was their older stuff. And they had a different sound to it. And so they came out with this new track that's actually an old track from that album. Like one they never released. People were like pissed off. Because it's like... He's singing like all like operatic, and it's a really different sound for Trivium. So people are kind of pissed off. And even the album cover is like pure cheese. It's like this Asian girl playing a guitar on the album cover. It's just like a straight up. It's like a straight up, just like picture of a girl playing guitar. So it's kind of a weird thing, but people are
still waiting for
up
the
in arms.
Problem.
So in this table, everybody's cool with this.
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
I'm not a Trivium fan.
You're not a fan?
I'm not a fan of Trivium.
So BigMex, you're not into it?
Yeah, I'm not into it. I mean, whatever. You know, I can see the attraction. I'm just not. I always see the attraction. You know, I could see how people like them. I just don't personally like them. Like Machine Head. You know.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a Machine Head fan, but I can see the attraction. I can see how people like.
The track's not that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to say, I didn't hate it. What else we got on the
What is
music? Wes, you got something to say?
Oh yeah. So Mex, the parenting situation. My 2-year-old loves Machine Head.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was singing Locust all week.
Yeah. I'm calling CPS on you, bro.
Oh, that's okay.
Bad parenting all around. No.
She'll be here later.
No, I get it. No, you know, you went to the show. You went to the show, right? You went to the show, right? You went to the show, right? Over at Vinyl?
No, I didn't. I don't have time to go to shows, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I do now.
You
So
did.
let's go.
No, I mean, I saw when Jamie and I saw them live. I was like, I get it, you know. I just wasn't.
I didn't know people were that like obsessed with Machine Head.
That rabid
until
about
that
Machine
show.
Head, yeah.
I mean,
And, you know, there's
I'm
certain bands
a
like
recent,
that.
like last 2-3 years Machine Head fan, so I'm not gonna sit
Yeah.
there and say I'm diehard by any means, but their albums are good.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
And that's cool when you get a little girl, especially. How old is your little girl?
She'll be 3 in 2 weeks.
So a 3-year-old, but a little girl 3-year-old singing Machine Head. That's that's pretty impressive.
It's either Machine Head or Taylor Swift. So I mean,
Her first words were "unto the locust."
Where's the balance?
You chose life.
Where's the balance? You know, I still got to sing Taylor Swift every other day.
Yeah.
So we're good.
Casey, what do you guys?
Shaking it up.
How do you guys usually kick off your guys' podcast?
We basically just welcome everybody inside the cube, and we just kind of go around and talk about, you know, what we're geeking out about and what we're nerded out about, you know, that week, that particular week, and what our guest is doing that week. So
Okay.
that's about it. So I would say, like, Jeremy, like, what's going on with you this week, and what have you seen or done that you want to talk about, if anything, at all?
I want the knife, please. Jeremy here. I recently saw a little movie called Ant-Man. Has anybody on the table seen this movie
Yeah,
called
buddy.
I
Ant-Man?
have not seen
I
it.
have not seen it yet.
Yes.
Really?
No, I have not seen it.
Seriously?
But I have seen, and my wife is here this evening. She's never seen an actual podcast other than one in our house. I saw Trainwreck.
Oh, yes.
I saw Trainwreck, and I'll tell you guys about that one in a little while. But go ahead,
I,
with
haven't seen-
Ant-Man.
no, I just want to talk about if anybody liked it. I knew nothing about Ant-Man going into Ant-Man. Look at you. So you're a diehard fan.
I'm a fan.
What else you got on there? Hold on.
Oh,
She's
I
showing me
got a
tattoos on her
lot.
arm.
That's a
My
whole.
God.
That's a whole
I
other
have to, like,
episode.
I got
drug
tons
to
of-
show you that.
yeah.
That's a whole other episode.
Well, tell me, what did you think of the adaptation from comic to movie?
You know what? I was very happy because I was so scared that they were gonna like screw it up and it's gonna be like a Honey I Shrunk the Kids Ant-Man.
That'd be horrible.
You know?
Yeah.
So I was so glad that they made it believable and it fits in with the rest of the cinematic universe.
Mm.
So I was happy. Sure, I wanted to do the original Ant-Man. I would have preferred, but I know they weren't going to do that.
Well, what I liked about it is that they actually included the history of both Ant-Mans. I mean,
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I love the fact that they opened the movie with the Hank Pym version of the Ant-Man and gave you that brief look into it. Sorry, spoiler alert for the two.
You know what? Go
Yeah.
ahead. It doesn't,
Earmuffs.
it doesn't bother me.
Earmuffs.
Spoiler. Once it's been out, it's my fault if I haven't seen the first week.
Yeah,
Damn it.
the guy in the black suit is his father. Sorry.
That's all right. Go ahead.
No, anyway.
You didn't say it was
But
going
yeah,
to be
so-
that much of a spoiler.
So basically, yeah. So I really like the fact that they did, because in the comics, Scott Lang is Ant-Man 2,
Right.
right? So they don't. I was worried that they were just going to start there and as if it was.
No, they kept
you know,
it
but
like,
they
true to the comic
Yeah,
book.
absolutely.
You know, he stole the Ant-Man suit.
They
Exactly.
respected the fans from before.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's a good way to put it.
Oh, yeah.
I love the little Easter eggs with the Tales to Astonish. You know,
Oh, yeah.
when Darren Cross says "Tales to Astonish," that's a reference to the actual
To the
tagline
original.
that's on the original Ant-Man comic book. I thought that was really cool. So, Chris, what'd you think?
No, I loved it. I thought it was, I mean, all right. Yeah, Jeremy just takes it away.
See, that's how funny it is.
But I loved the humor in it. I love that. I mean, just in general, the MCU doesn't crawl up its own ass. You know what I mean? They take a lot of humor in it. They know it's fanciful. They know that. And, I mean, it was just a lot of fun. The one thing I wish they would have done a little bit, and I know why they did the Pym, what they did, but I would like to have seen them sooner with Ultron, because in the comics, he, you
Hank
know,
Pym is the one
Hank
that
Pym
creates
was the one who actually created Ultron instead of Banner. You know, so I mean, I know why they did it. I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time, I'm like, and I would like to have seen the Wasp. I remember reading the Wasp and or in the comic books and seeing it a little bit more than what you actually did, or actually see her. You know, that kind of thing. And I know they've got the, you know, at the end the end piece, but
Yeah,
you know,
but
that-
like they don't.
Well-
honestly, they don't really show much of a superhero couple these days, right?
No, they
Like,
don't.
That was
And
like
the-
the
and
first glimpse at one.
They left it open with the whole quantum realm that she might still
yeah.
she might
Right.
still be alive and all that stuff. So she's.
Right.
I know they haven't cast her yet, which is why you never saw her face. And they're thinking about Catherine Zeta-Jones, if I'm not mistaken, which is obviously Michael Douglas's wife. Yeah. Are they divorced? I think they're still together. We'll have our people check on that. Bernice, check on. Yeah. Michael Douglas, Catherine Zeta-Jones.
I'm pretty sure they split up because he had like STDs or something.
No, she had like bipolar disorder, like really bad bipolar disorder.
She was she was
Nothing to
admitted.
do there.
She was
It's
admitted
none of
to.
our business.
Sorry.
Anyway,
She was admitted to
but yeah, no,
a
I
hospital.
love the fact that they hearken to both things. But you're right. They could have introduced Hank Pym in Age of Ultron as one of the contributors to Ultron,
Really? Yeah.
and that would have led into Ant-Man, probably. You know.
I personally would have liked that a little bit more, but I really can't complain about the movie. I mean, I thought they treated the character right. They did not. I mean, Ant-Man is kind of a weird character anyway. It worked really well
really
with comics,
is.
but they did it well. I mean, it was a lot of fun. I'd see a second Ant-Man. Absolutely. Fun
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
That's you know, you're talking about MCU and the DC world universe. No more Gambit.
Well, he's
Actually-
back
signed a
in
deal.
now.
Did
He's back in.
So
Yeah,
he's
yesterday.
back in.
I'm
Yeah, as of
very angry
yesterday.
about this.
It had to do with
Same here.
money.
Now,
Still Channing
was it
It
because
was
of
all
money?
money. That's what it was all
There's
about.
no
Exactly.
Gambit with Channing.
Yeah, there's still no Gambit, right?
No, it was
No,
in the news
there's
today.
no Gambit.
Oh,
Gambit because of that.
oh,
It's a money thing.
That role in a video.
You want-
They probably
Taylor
added a
Kitsch back?
guest, like scene in it.
No,
or
I don't want
something.
Taylor Kitsch at all. You know who I thought would have been a good Gambit?
Anybody else?
Yeah,
Fred
me,
Savage?
and I'm black as shit. And I've never even been to Louisiana, and I would be a better Gambit.
Aw.
No, you know who would have been a good Gambit is the name's escaping me, of course, but the guy who played Bill from True Blood. Boom.
I'm not familiar with True Blood.
Right there. He looks like him. He's already got the Cajun
He's a
accent
little older
down.
though.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, that
That
guy.
is true.
His-
He has the connection right
they
there.
made Michael Douglas, another spoiler alert,
Yeah.
seem like 30 years
They
younger.
CGI'd his face.
They CGI'd his face.
It was
You can take
amazing.
a couple wrinkles off of Bill from True Blood.
like they did on
Anyway.
Terminator.
yeah,
Yeah, just like
exactly.
Terminator.
Anybody else would have, I'm not a huge Channing Tatum fan, as you can probably, and Gambit is my favorite.
Did you not like him in
comic
Magic
book
Mike?
Likewise.
comic book character of all time. What's that?
Did you not like him in Magic Mike?
You're like, I only like
In
the
part
first one.
two, no, I don't fucking give a
Gambit.
shit.
I know who. I mean, I don't. If some guys like, yeah, I saw Magic Mike.
Let me tell you something.
what?
If
Shirt off fast enough, and he didn't take his shirt off fast enough. In my
No,
Gambit is
I'll
to be
tell you what.
Magic Mike
If
3.
your best performance is based on a job that you had before you started acting, and that job was stripping, that tells me all I need to know about your fucking acting career.
He was
Right.
good in 21 and 22 Jump Street.
He was good in that. I'll give him that. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I do not want him as Gambit. Look, and
I feel like his bar for good is set a little lower than Norval's bar for good.
it's true, and it's not one of those things where it's like Heath Ledger is like, oh, I don't want Heath Ledger being Joker, and then he turned out being like one of the best villains ever fucking portrayed on
Yeah,
film.
yeah.
I am in no danger of having fucking Channing Tatum.
Words.
Yeah, I will bet a year's salary that Channing Tatum sucks dick at this role.
You know what they need to do is tell him there's a difference
Boom.
between a staff and a stripper pole.
Ooh,
Wow.
that
Shade being thrown from
that
Anna.
wasn't even directed at me, and that hurt my feelings.
Well, with Ledger too, they didn't have there was no history of him playing that kind of role. So
Right.
you have Channing Tatum playing Duke and G.I. Joe. You have him playing all these different
Kinda.
type of roles. Yeah, exactly. And so you already kind of got a feeling for what it could be, and you didn't have any idea. I mean, you have Heath Ledger coming off like Brokeback Mountain, playing the Joker, and everyone's like, "Oh, there's no way," or 10 Things I Hate About You, or whatever. And he plays this role, and you're like, everybody's just like, "Holy shit, this guy can act."
and also,
but even
I've
in Brokeback, he could act. No one's questioning Heath
Right.
Ledger's acting chops. They just didn't see him as the Joker.
why can't you see Channing Tatum as Gambit.
I'm glad you asked me that question. He is the most wooden actor I've ever seen in my entire life. You know what I mean by wooden?
No.
Like, he just has no spectrum
No
of
stretch?
emotion.
You just
Yeah.
think he's chiseled in wood, right?
Yeah, basically, right? That's it.
He's one-dimensional, is what you're saying. Okay, I got it. I can see that.
I heard the only thing he was actually that people gave him props for was Foxcatcher, and I have not seen it, so I can't give my opinion. But that was supposedly he did something different than he's used to doing.
Yeah.
So I might have to check that out and see if there's actually some depth there.
And Chris Pine being cast as in the new Wonder Woman standalone.
Woman's
So there is
boyfriend?
confirmation of a Wonder Woman
Or
standalone
love
movie.
interest.
Pine is, I just watched the Wet Hot American Summer on Netflix, the series, and
Yes.
It's just,
when I first saw the scene that he's in, I'm like, that looks just like Chris Pine. And I was like, no, and I didn't know he was in it, and it was like, people don't give him enough credit for being a very versatile, crazy actor.
he's yeah.
And when you see him, what was that movie? And again, this escapes me, but he was in a movie, Smoking Aces.
Yeah.
And he played an absolutely
With
insane.
Chips from Sons of Anarchy. Chris
Yeah,
Pine was in
I mean,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horrible Bosses too. Also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
you
was
would
good in
not
Horrible
know
Bosses,
this guy
yeah.
can do that, and he's doing this in Wet Hot American Summer too, where he's just this weird Jim Morrison-esque type character. He's a great actor. He can do a lot of stuff. I like
All
what he
things that have never been said about Channing Tatum.
does, says the Channing Tatum fan club.
Yeah.
So speaking of so we're all talking about
not
we're all
hate, I'm
talking
just
about
observing.
stuff that's like our opinions, and we can like argue with each other, like, oh, you don't like Channing Tatum, Mex has his poster on the wall, but seriously, when you we can do that, but when you have a band that does that, like belittles maybe a fan of the band, the guy who's buying tickets, the guy who's buying albums, Trapped. I know everyone's like, Trapped still around?
Headstrong.
I didn't know that
Yeah.
they were still around.
They're still
Dude,
around.
They're
and-
making a grip of money off of Headstrong still. No,
All-
I'm not hating
yeah.
at all.
I mean,
Good for
that's what
them.
one-hit wonders
That's
do,
what-
right?
That's what they do.
and all of a sudden, their singer, Chris Brown,
Chris Taylor Brown.
Chris Taylor Brown, he decided that he's going to be this combative guy, bully on Facebook. And if you go on Facebook and you check out some of the interactions he has with his fans, I mean, if a fan says like, "Oh, I don't agree with you," it'd be like, you know what, fuck you, and I don't care what you do, and you can go burn your house down. This shit.
Now, okay, go ahead, continue.
And I mean, that's where it's getting at. Now, not to say that he's totally out of line. And that's kind of the argument here. It's like most guys who like are in bands, they have Facebook and they're like, "Oh, I don't want to like step on anybody's toes if a fan says something stupid." He doesn't care.
Yeah, he doesn't give
And
a
he's
shit.
going to call him out. I mean, you do this, Max. I mean, to an extent, you don't have that filter. If somebody says something stupid on your social media, you're pretty.
I'll let them know real quick.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
look, man, if it's offending somebody else, one of my friends or whatever, I was like, look, but I'm at that point now where all my friends, the people that post on there, don't do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I've filtered it down from like almost the max to like I keep it under 500 now, and that's including family, friends, contacts, stuff like
Yeah.
that.
What do you guys think? Does a band that has somewhat? I mean, again, it's Trapped, I know, but they still have somewhat of a stature. What do you think? Are they allowed to like belittle people or give their opinions?
Yes, to an extent.
West
If you're
from,
not-
West from Dim.
Excuse me, yeah,
That's-
West from Dim. If you do not do it in a witting manner, there's no point in actually doing it. If you're just doing it just to backlash and just to unload your aggression, you're not actually saying to shoot at people. You're just being a
Don't
a
use
dickbag, in
don't
my
use
opinion.
wrestling terms.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry, excuse me. Let me put my gun away. Yeah, sorry. If you're not doing it in a witting manner and you have no entertainment value in doing it, don't do it. It's stupid. All they're doing is to get under your skin, and that just gives you. You just did it. You just got under the skin.
Well, you got to understand also their demographic are the bros and the meatheads.
Right.
They don't
exactly.
have
That's
a demographic
they don't.
anymore.
Well, no, but that's the people that listen to Headstrong. And,
Absolutely.
I mean, no,
it's
and
true.
it is what it is.
The frat boy.
The frat boys, that
The
is
Headstrong
Yeah,
Yeah.
guys,
And those are the guys
you
that are broing out and and listening to this type of stuff and do that type of stuff.
Surprisingly, though, I've kind of monitored. I don't want to say monitored this, but I've been looking at some of those posts, and you'd be surprised how many women.
You clearly
it's
spend
women.
your day
You know what I do. man.
watching.
You know what I do.
This is why
I watch your
this is why
Facebook feed.
This is why I have him here.
Oh, yeah.
he that's his thing. He's
so
good. He's
should
good
we
at
put
that.
full disclosure that I do have a full-time job and I do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and you're
outside of this.
describing it to us right now.
And I do that at work. No, but I mean, seriously, a lot of the comments are aimed towards women. And
What, like,
I
what do
was
you mean
looking
in towards women.
So he's defending the women, or they're
No,
the women
no.
are
Like
defending him?
Yeah.
you'll see him be like, "Okay, move along, fuck you," and like get off my Facebook page. A lot of them are women because I don't want to say they are getting offended quicker to this, but they're like, "Man, I've looked up to you. I love you. I love your band." Guys don't typically do that, and he's like, "I don't care. Move along." It's like it's interesting
Wow.
to see the people who speak up
This
at
is-
being offended.
I watched this whole thing, and this goes back to him bullying the singer of a local band or guitar player of a local band out in New Jersey. And what had happened was Zach Myers from Shinedown called him out publicly, right? And he's like, "This guy's a jerk," blah blah blah, on and on. Chris Taylor Brown responds back, calling him a fucking liar, just acting keyboard, keyboard cowboys, and that started a whole beef between them. Then Chris Taylor Brown supposedly, and I watched it, just like it was weird how I've never seen anything unfold on Facebook the way it did. It just kind of went like kind of deck of cards just unfolded.
Like that escalated quickly.
Yeah, quickly like that. And
Not even
and then Zach screenshot a DM from Chris, him saying, hey, they, Shinedown's doing great. This is helping our album sales. I hope this doesn't
Trapped.
go away. Chris is saying this from Trapped. I hope this doesn't go away. I want this to continue. I want the.
Well, they said that their album sales are higher than they've ever been
Yeah.
because of this controversy. And Mex was saying that he's just noticed this. This has been going on for months.
Yeah.
And I've had him on my Facebook seeing this weird stuff that Chris Taylor Brown's been saying. And it was just, getting on like different soapboxes. He like gets off one soapbox, gets on the other. And so it's interesting to see where somebody told him like, oh, you know what? You guys are kind of done. But guess what? If you get some notoriety on Facebook, you could become something else.
You could start selling out some shows, in which they started doing.
Yeah.
Any publicity is good publicity.
Oh, yeah. That's at least. I mean, it could be worse. Definitely could be worse, but
Lost profits.
Yeah, lost profits.
Yeah.
Good
Well,
example. Yeah.
I can definitely tell you that up until today, the only demographic that I've heard that was actually Traps fans were women. So if he's shitting on them,
Yeah, I haven't seen him shitting on the women, on the female fans. I've seen him calling out like, how local guys who think they can play an instrument. Say, hey man, I can do better than you. All right, well then show us. And then they show him, and then he starts dissing on him.
well, then he definitely needs to stand up for himself.
Yeah,
on that
yeah,
note,
yeah. That's what I've seen. I haven't
Yeah.
seen anything. I saw this one lady say, "Hey, I used to be. I'm a fan of yours. Why do you guys use this language?" Da, 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 da. And he said something like, "Fuck, fuck, fuck. Have a great day." And I was like, that was kind of a dickhead thing, but whatever. Whatever.
Right.
So. So yeah, that's some of the stuff that What else is going on as far as some music news?
Music news, you got a couple guys from Guns N' Roses decided to leave the band. You don't care about that?
Nah, not really.
Oh.
What'd you say over there?
I mean,
There's-
really, have they done
They're
anything in the past 10 years?
It's an irrelevant band, and the only reason that they're still around is because of
the name.
Because of the name.
It's
And that's why I'm
yeah.
going to bring it up. It's like,
Yeah.
how irrelevant is this news?
Yeah,
You
it's-
know what I
it's
mean?
totally
I
irrelevant.
mean that, and totally. I honestly...
What do you got for music?
Music news?
No,
Lord.
what do you got? What are we playing tonight? This week?
Music. As far as music goes, Every Hour Kills.
Yeah?
This is a song called Almost Human. They're from Calgary.
Yes, and if you're
Canada.
listening, Canada,
Canada.
if you're listening to the Cube podcast, we're going to continue with them. But if you're listening to the BigMex and Jamie show, we're going to play a nice little tune here for you. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
right here on the BigMex and Jamie show.
up, everybody? Welcome inside the Cube. It is a very, very special edition. I mean, special edition. We're like on the road.
It's a special edition because I'm staring at a pretzel that's as big as my head. This is crazy right here.
Yeah,
I'm going to take a picture of this so I can post this.
It's equally as daunting. We are actually broadcasting right now from the Sporting Life Bar at 7770 South Jones Boulevard on Jones and Robindale as a mashup, a crossing of the streams, if you will. You can say it. It's all right. I know.
My joke.
Right? As always, it's Casey, and with me is
You just say my name. It doesn't matter.
Jeremy. I'm going to say his name, and
Chris.
Chris is here with me. We're doing a mashup with the BigMex and Jamie show, so we are here with BigMex and Jamie and their podcast with volume11music.com. So like it's just a jam-packed fucking show. We also have Wes Logan, Beast from DIM, and also PPW Wrestling, and also Anna and Nikki from the Comic Book Rack. Hello, ladies.
Hello. Hi.
How are you guys doing?
Good. My giant pretzel as big as our heads.
That's huge.
I didn't even realize it had this over here, too.
Yeah, I tore into that.
Yeah, I thought
so far.
I thought that was one thing.
It's like one pretzel to rule them all. It's like the biggest thing in the world.
So you are dressed as Wonder Woman. Am I wrong?
Oh no, you're right.
Do you get that a lot?
Why? I mean, obviously it's a cosplay situation. Or is it just for today's festivities?
I just felt like it. Really.
That's
Yeah.
a damn good answer.
It's our job.
Right on. Tell us about the Comic Book Rack. What goes on over there?
Well, we just talk about anything nerdy and try to go to like conventions or anything geek related, really.
Yeah, video games.
Right.
Comics. Yeah.
They're better looking versions of you guys.
Well,
Basically.
I was going to say the opposite. Right.
Casey's pretty good looking. I mean,
I'm not. Well, yeah. I mean, look at me. Jamie
Smashing.
agrees. She goes smash. No, say your jokes into the mic.
I said you're no Channing Tatum.
Fuck Channing Tatum. What? Okay, so we were talking earlier about Gambit, and we were talking with BigMex and Jamie about it. I was just hand delivered.
It's uncanny how that happened.
Oh.
I got a mic now, guys. I got my own mic.
You know, I'm going to take that mic away from Jeremy at this point.
I see what you did
because-
there. Right? Thank you to my friend Mike Peasy, who just basically kind of to give you a little bit of background. About a week ago, there was some news that Channing Tatum had backed out of the Gambit movie that he was supposed to be in, and I was heartily opposed. Oh my
that
god!
is such a horrible
Jamie showed me a
picture.
picture of a superimposed Channing Tatum as Gambit, and it's the worst fucking thing I've ever seen. So I don't think that he's going to make a very good Gambit.
Where's
So
the
I
tie?
put this post up about how Gambit was my favorite comic book character of all time, and how Channing Tatum blah 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 blah. So my friend Mike saw that, and he actually had a boarded and bound copy of Uncanny X-Men number 266, which, if anybody knows, is the first appearance of Gambit, and he goes, "I'm going to give it to you." And I'm like, "Are you fucking serious?" And he's like, "Yeah, because I want somebody to have it that will appreciate it." And so he just dropped it
give
off
it to me. I don't know.
Well, are you a big Gambit fan?
I love Gambit.
And not more than me, because I have the comic.
I have a Gambit.
Yeah, I
tattoo.
think
She
you should
does
give it
have
to
a
her.
co- yeah, she does.
Okay.
To be fair, she has a lot of tattoos of a lot of characters. You have a honestly awesome Marvel dedicated
Thank
tattoo
you. Yeah.
that has a Scarlet. I can see Scarlet Witch. I can see Ant-Man. I can see
There's
Shield.
So many of them.
Wolverine, Gambit's on there. I know you got some Hulk on there. I
I
assume.
mean, it goes all the way around her arm. It doesn't even stop. You know, like the pussy
Yeah.
thing where it stops, where it gets hard.
The what thing?
She went all the way through.
Wait, the what
Jeremy's
thing?
has. He's got that.
What did you call it?
That where the guys, you
I'm
get the
working
guys
on
who have
that
that what do you call it?
Did you call it the pussy thing?
Yeah, where they don't get the full all the way around their arm.
Uh-huh.
Where they stop it because it's too hard or it's too much.
Hey, Jeremy, I'm going to need you to
Shooting
take Chris's
your belly.
microphone back.
Take the mic back.
You know it's bad when you give me the mic back. I love it.
The pussy. The pussy
The
thing?
testicle thing. Let's
There
go
you
there.
There you go. Right. Okay. Yeah, being more. Yeah, I would.
So you mean-
insensitive? I'm sorry for the female.
No, it's not. It's not an insensitive issue. It's just like I had no idea that was even referred to that as the pussy thing.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
if they don't get all
How
the
do-
way around, I mean, if you're gonna get a tattoo that extends all the way around your arm, extend it all the way around your arm.
Oh, so pain-wise, I see
Yeah.
what you're saying.
I thought Chris had a vagina. In his
I
arm.
thought
didn't know
you
what
were
was going
talking
on.
about because it was like a flabby part of the arm or something,
No, it's because of the pain.
and that it was just like wiggling there.
yeah,
or
no,
something.
pain. There's a pain aspect to
Oh.
it that people don't complete that connection.
It's the arm
underneath the
waddle.
arm.
I don't
It's the
complete
arm
this
waddle.
connection.
I
And
thought
it
it,
costs extra money because if it's bigger, they have to go all the way around it. It's weird.
I thought
know.
you meant like Borat, like it hangs like wizard sleeve.
Yeah, it hurts more the further you go in.
Yeah.
Sleeve of wizard.
What kind of vagina is he looking at?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
We don't get out much.
No, it's not. You're the one who called it the pussy thing. I'm not. I was trying to.
Pussy's in complete
The-
stuff. I was like, I don't have any tats. I am completely within
Devoid
So you don't have
of-
any.
Wow.
But so I cannot
Clearly.
say, like, fully, but at least I'm not gonna, not complete it. You know, if you're gonna do it, go all the way.
Exactly.
Do
Yeah.
not, wuss out on this stuff.
Right.
Right.
Right?
Well, let's go back to
Yeah.
Casey.
anyway.
Casey got
Yeah,
Casey got an
like-
issue of Channing Tatum #1.
Yeah. And it is now my prized possession. So, yeah. So thank you, Channing and Mike. I appreciate that. But we are also talking about Ant-Man and the reviews of Ant-Man, and we all love the movie. I think it's a pretty much consensus. These guys over here have yet to see it, so it's a spoiler central.
That's right.
Eh.
Are you guys going to see it?
Yeah, I'm definitely just.
You're a fan. You're a fan of the.
Movie, dude, I would just pay for me. I pay for me.
You pay for the whole theater?
So you have to
Oh.
budget that out. Okay, so you have to plan it a little bit better.
Drive-ins.
I have 2 dogs, so I don't have to. It's not an option. Like you're not coming. Right on. Cool. So what'd you guys think of Ant-Man?
I really enjoyed it. I was so glad that everything was done like without the cheese factor,
Right.
But I don't know. I'm always a fan of like I want more.
Yeah.
But that's good because they leave you wanting more.
Yeah.
I thought it was refreshing because like after seeing Avengers 2 or just Avengers in general, like that stories are so grandiose. You got a freaking aliens, you got a city
They
falling
get
out of the
so
sky. It was nice to just see
big.
like, I just got to break in here and do this thing. It was
Yeah.
like more believable.
Well, I just think the Avengers, that's the bookend for Avengers Age of Ultron. That was the bookend for #2 or whatever they're called, book 2 or whatever.
Right, phase 2,
Thank
yeah.
you.
I thought Ant-Man was the end of phase 2.
Ant-Man
No, I
is the
thought-
end of phase 2.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
thought it was the Avengers. Okay, so maybe,
No, because Captain America: Civil War is the beginning of
Begin-
phase 3.
Okay, I was misconfused. I thought of.
I'm
phase
here
3
to
started
correct.
with Ant-Man, but I could be wrong. I mean, it doesn't happen too often, but it does happen.
You can be and are wrong.
That's that pussy shit.
Right. Yeah, no, I thought it was great. I thought it was very well done. I thought that Paul Rudd was an extremely excellent casting as because he has that kind
Je ne
of
sais quoi.
je ne sais quoi, as if you will.
Don't look at me like
Croissant.
that. That's the eyes.
Sorry.
The eyes.
Like he's hitting on you, huh?
I have
Uh,
dreamy
no,
eyes.
there's-
It's true. I have dreamy eyes.
That's why I don't let people look at me in my eyes.
I want people to look at me in my eyes.
Both hands above the table.
Yeah, but I thought he great because he did great because he has that kind of sarcastic attitude about him anyway. So I thought he did Scott Lang real well. Like I was telling you guys earlier, like I thought it was great that they covered the whole Hank Pym. Obviously not as extensive, but they covered the fact that Hank Pym was the actual first Ant-Man,
Right.
And then went into the Scott Lang version of things. And they didn't just start at Ant-Man 2. They covered kind of the whole spectrum of it, which
And it
was
was
a
equal
great
parts
thing.
comedy as it was action.
Action, yeah,
It didn't take itself
absolutely.
too serious. 'Cause, that's just what it is. So with a name like Ant-Man, again, I knew nothing about it coming into it, so I didn't know what to expect. But
Uh-huh.
I was pleasantly surprised. Going
Right.
in, so
No,
that's
I
what-
think it's a great buffer going into Civil War as well.
Did any of you see the Paul Rudd's view, or when he went to visit Conan O'Brien?
No.
See his interview? It was hilarious.
No.
So if you don't know the joke, Paul Rudd sneaks into every single one of his previews on Conan O'Brien, Mac and Me. So, a very specific segment of Mac and Me. He's been doing it like for 10 years since he's been on.
Really?
Every 10 times he's been on the show. Every single time he does this thing, and he actually, usually it's more of, he'll start out with the movie and then all of a sudden cut into Mac and Me. But in this time, he actually did intermixed Ant-Man with Mac and me.
That's awesome.
It was pretty funny. If you haven't seen it online, you should definitely look it up.
That's
it was
really
a lot
cool.
of fun.
Yeah, no, definitely go check it out. Wes, you saw it. What'd you think?
I did not see
You didn't see it either?
I did not see it.
Are you going to see it?
Oh yeah, I mean, like
You haven't seen it?
that's on the agenda. I think what else came out? I didn't hear about what was the one that we were talking about earlier. That came. Jamie, what came out this week? That
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible.
yeah,
Yeah, Mission Impossible.
yeah. So
That
that's
actually
another
looks
one
really
that I
good,
gotta
yeah.
watch, so, yeah.
Rogue Nation.
Rogue Nation.
Yeah, definitely.
I definitely want to see
Anna
that.
Paquin
but-
is not in that, if I'm
no,
not
she's
mistaken.
not.
See what I did there?
Casey, what have you been nerding out on? We talked about Ant-Man. That's my thing.
Well, I mean, to be
can't
honest
have
with
it.
you, I've just been kind of the whole MCU thing. I'm really involved in the whole MCU thing and the whole DCU thing and the comparison of the two. So I've been
There's a
kind of
comparison?
well, sort of. But what I've been kind of thinking about and going into and dissecting is this new Batman versus Superman Dawn of Justice movie that they're doing, and how worried I am about that movie. Hold on. This says.
Transsexual.
Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Tranny
joking.
back to.
So
Yeah,
let's
this-
talk about Paul Rudd real quick.
Yeah, okay.
Anybody want to talk about Paul Rudd?
Well, he has the new Netflix series
The
of Wet Hot American Summer.
I like that.
Yeah, well, because the movie. Have you ever seen the movie?
I've not seen the original movie.
You got to see the movie. It came out almost 14 years ago, and Paul Rudd looks the exact fucking same.
Did anybody
He's in
else
the-
notice that
No.
Paul Rudd is the only one
That doesn't
looks
age?
exactly
Okay,
the
so
same?
this is what they did.
Yeah.
So basically, the movie came out in 2001, and they put together this, what is a prequel, as a series on Netflix. They got the entire fucking cast
Even
back.
Bradley Cooper.
Amy
Paul
Poehler,
Rudd,
Paul
yeah.
Rudd, Janine Garofalo,
The chick
Amy
from Bridesmaids.
Poehler. Michael
who's in it?
Showalter.
Is it Kristen Wiig?
Kristen Wiig is
Kristen
in it.
Wiig. Everybody's back.
Elizabeth
How many
Banks.
Episodes is it?
That's 10
Eight
episodes.
8 episodes.
Is it 8?
I think
Okay.
it's 8.
Okay.
Because
If I, as a newcomer, I've never seen any of them. I watch the movie first and then
Watch the
series?
movie first.
Yeah.
You,
Okay.
you can do either one, but watch the movie first.
And they're supposed to be playing teenagers, which they know
That's-
that it doesn't
that-
look
Like
like
40 years old.
Oh
That's the
yeah,
brilliant
and some
part
of
of
these
it.
guys
I
didn't
was just-
age too well.
I was just turned on to it last week. I think you and Anna mentioned
Yeah.
Wet Hot American Summer, and I said, I've been wanting to watch that. Is it safe to watch around the kids?
yeah,
Right? And they were like, no, yeah. And I'm like, okay.
it's not safe to watch.
It is
around
totally.
Oh,
you
no,
think
it's
my
pretty-
kids.
it's pretty-
Oh, okay. Well,
Bro, come on.
he goes, my kids.
My kids, come on. You should know. I don't know if you ever heard me talk about my kids
Yeah,
before.
that's true. I've seen you at Comic Con with your kids.
Yeah.
It's
so and I actually
It's an
told
ordeal.
I told my wife about it, and she was like, "Yo, what is that?" And then I told her it's a series, and I tried to explain to her.
Right.
She got it. It's like it's weird that this movie was made in 2001, and they were playing teenagers then in their
they were grown adults.
early
yeah.
30s.
Yeah,
and now they're playing younger kids,
45
in
years
their
old.
in their early to mid 40s.
Right. Yeah.
So it's hilarious watching Coop going from this skinnier.
Yeah.
Oh, he is
old-
not skinny anymore.
No, not anymore.
I know,
But
and
he's playing a young. It's just so
He's like,
funny.
I
It's
can't take a
awesome.
drink
So
because I'm a
hilarious.
teen.
Janine Garofalo's in it.
Yeah, yeah.
I still
So
like her.
Yeah.
It's a
It's-
big.
I
dude,
still have a
big
thing for her.
cast.
I can't help it.
You have a thing for Janine
Garofalo.
Garofalo?
I had a thing for Garofalo back in the day, and I can't
Like
let go.
when? Like why?
Ben Stiller?
I'm
Not-
trying to think.
not
Reality
that- I
Bites.
mean, we all
Reality
have-
Bites era. Truth by guts. I'm thinking more Reality Bites. There was
I thought
something about her, and I
Is
always
les-
wondered,
is
does she like guys or
lesbian?
girls?
I don't know. That's what I thought. I was like,
Yeah, it's her and Joan
Did we
Jett.
all
I've always
hear
wondered.
what Wes just said? Hold on.
Oh,
He
hold
kno-
on. Yeah.
Wes knows
Yeah,
the
get-
truth about
get
cats and
that.
dogs.
Yes, the truth
Compared
about
to
cats
what
and dogs.
this
There's a
guy
million
watches.
things that I watched on HBO as like an 8 to whatever year old kid. I got some weird shit, bro. Like
No, that's
yeah.
fine. I like rom coms just like the next guy, but your Janine Garofalo
Reference?
crush came from
Oh,
the
yeah.
truth about cats and dogs.
Because Gwyneth Paltrow was next to her, and she was not cute.
That
I
was
mean,
Uma
yeah, there was some
Thurman.
pictures that were there. Sorry,
Uma
dude.
Thurman,
I mean,
sorry.
it is what it is.
Oh shit! I just gave myself away on that one.
Oh
Right?
man. Wait, was it Gwyneth Paltrow or Uma Thurman?
It was Uma
Uma
Thurman.
Thurman. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, not a fan.
Some British
but,
guy who never
You
was in
know,
a
Kill
movie
Bill's
again.
like the only that one in Pulp Fiction. That we got everything. of
My,
Uma Thurman.
what's that Supergirl? I mean, that
Gattaca.
No, there was one
Oh,
where
yeah.
she was.
Oh, the super
My
girlfriend
Super
or what?
Ex-Girlfriend?
Yeah.
Super ex-girlfriend.
Pass.
Yeah.
No.
Hard pass.
Absolutely fast. Man hands, bro. No.
Man,
Man hands. Man. Have you seen her feet in Kill Bill?
not specifically. no.
Gigantic.
Well,
I
that's-
thought like
Wes'
my feet were
screensaver.
dwarfed by that.
Maybe
Nice.
maybe the camera adds 10 pounds to her feet.
And yeah, red.
Move. I remember that scene.
Head.
Move, little pinky,
Yeah,
or something
she's a
like
great
that.
actress by everything, bro. But my God, yeah, Gina Garofalo.
No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure they were, bro. But yeah,
They're stunt
Janina
feet.
Garofalo and Truth About Cats and Dogs. Pin it. Mine right there.
Last week we did an episode of we usually do a top 10 every week, and we did a top 10 sex icons / sex symbols, like our favorite ones. And it's good to know that Janine Garofalo would have been on Jamie's and Wes's
You know what?
list.
Let me
Yeah,
ask.
no, there's
I
a
got-
time
I-
period.
you know, I got
obviously,
something to
not
ask.
Now,
No,
but,
obviously.
You know,
I have a
there's time
question to
period.
ask, and it was from I think your first or second podcast that I've ever listened to, and I asked you about it, about Lori Petty and somebody's
Yes.
fascination
Oh,
with
no.
Lori Petty.
I just want to say the word Tank Girl because I've said that on every episode, and I didn't know how I was going
Did
to
I just give you the opportunity
You
to
totally
say
saved me.
it?
You saved me, dude. Thank you so much.
Point Break.
You saved him, but you fucked the rest of us. is
I
what
was
happened.
wondering. I was like, Tank Girl, really?
Yeah.
Tank Girl?
Have you not seen this movie?
Yes, I have. That's why I was really curious. I was like, Tank Girl?
So we're only talking about
Amen.
girls that we
But
might
that-
think
but
is
you-
are
but
gay.
You, but you, but
That's-
you
I
were,
mean, that's what's
but
going
you
on
were
here.
looking like in your top 5 comic book movies, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
At the time, that top 10 list was our top 10 favorite comic book movies, or movies that were adapted to comic books. And we each do a list, individually, like myself, Nash, Jeremy, and then whoever our guest is that week.
Yeah.
And so we each have our own top 10 of what we think is our subjective list.
I'm trying to figure out.
And
There is-
Tank Girl was on Jeremy's list and is on almost every single fucking top 10
Really?
we've ever done since then.
No. That's comical. I do that just to piss you guys off. But Tank Girl is on one of my top lists of comic book to movies.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good movie.
But
I'm
you,
not
you
saying
don't think there's other, like at least another 15 before Tank Girl?
Nah. Give me one. Give me one real quick.
My whole top 10 list, I'll give you before.
I mean, I'd have to think about that list, but it's I can
I
definitely
think what it is,
come
it
up
hit
with-
me at a certain time in my life where I was like, this is so cool. I was reading Tank Girl, and I was like, oh, they made it into a movie. It's not a great movie by any means, but you put it on when you're sick and you watch it, and I love that shit. So.
Interesting.
Very
My top one was Scott Pilgrim. I'm not sure if anybody else is Scott Pilgrim.
yes,
love that movie.
Yes.
Definitely.
And I think that was my number 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, yeah, that one I could definitely. I would put in my top 5 definitely.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, you're talking about like from comics to movies?
Yes.
What do you guys think about Watchmen?
Yeah.
I
thought
wasn't a
Watchmen
big
was
fan.
pretty
good.
I was never a big Watchmen fan, so it didn't make my list either
about
way.
Blade?
I like the whole. I like the whole.
Blade
the
too.
Blade
whole
was on
story.
somebody's list.
Yeah, watch.
Horrible by any means?
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, the Watchmen wasn't. I've read the comic book, but it didn't resonate
Huh?
with me so much as others. But
Like I couldn't,
Again,
I couldn't
can't
watch. I couldn't enjoy it. And I think most of it was because I didn't read the comics a lot. But even no, I mean,
Dr.
that,
Manhattan's
yeah, it had nothing to
humongous
do.
wang.
Had nothing to do with that. I mean, I first of all, I like my guys blue, naked.
Smurfs are
Preferably, it's less work, but so that wasn't the problem. But usually, you like your movies where if you didn't read the comic book, you should be able to still watch the movie and enjoy
And still
it.
be entertained.
Right. And
Yes.
I just wasn't entertained by that movie at all.
I think what's cool
And-
about
It
that
was-
Kind
movie
of
it
an
was
inside
more-
joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
I lent out my graphic novel of The Watchmen to so many people after that movie came out. So I thought it was good just to get people that never read a comic book. Oh, check this out, and they all read it. So I think that's why it wasn't a great movie, but I liked it for that aspect.
Did nobody like either one of the Dredd movies?
No.
Dredd was on. yeah.
Dredd, the second
Dredd
Dredd
was-
was awesome.
Dredd
love
was
both
on.
of 'em.
Dredd was on some. I
Second one
forget
was
whose
awesome.
list it was, but I think it was on one of our. It wasn't on mine.
I think it was on Roberto's
Okay.
at the time. But yeah, I mean, I love that movie.
And
but
it was
I
the
didn't think it
remake,
was
right?
Yeah,
The
the
reboot.
The one with Carl Urban was so much better, but amazing.
Sylvester-
But it just didn't make our list.
So Sylvester Stallone and Demolition Man, wasn't that a comic book before it was a movie?
I don't know. I don't think
I
so.
think it was a comic book.
No.
No, it was a. It came from somewhere. It might have been a
Graphic.
remake of a movie, like a
It was
70s
maybe a
movie.
foreign movie or something like
or something like
British
that. It
movie or
wasn't a
something.
comic book, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, but Tank Girl tends to find her way. Like we did a top 10 sex symbols last week, like I said, and Jet Girl from Tank Girl was on Jeremy's list.
I feel like I need to clarify that. The list was
You
comic
you
book to
clarify
movie.
yourself a lot.
Well, because you
don't
guys, I do. I have to cover myself a lot.
I do too.
Tank Girl is not because she was like sexy. I just like the movie. But then we had a sex symbols episode. And Naomi Watts, I think, is pretty sexist, so she plays Jet Girl in the movie. So completely different topic. Same movie though. Tank Girl, watch it.
And she is sexy.
Just to let
No,
you know,
all I'm
hold on.
saying is that Tank Girl was involved.
Wes?
Before you go to, slight correction. There was a comic book for Demolition Man, but it was
Okay.
published after the movie.
Okay.
Oh, so no, it did not come from a comic.
It did not come from a comic, but a
So
comic
we
book.
were
There
still
was a comic
right.
book adaptation.
Okay.
God damn it.
You had something to say?
No, I was helping out.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, you can go through the whole Christopher Nolan Dark Knight series and Batman series.
I mean, Frank Miller,
The original Batman. I mean, the Michael Keaton Batman, the 1989 Batman's on the list. Yeah. I mean, all that stuff was on there
Wanted.
before.
I'm sorry. The only thing that's
Wanted is a good
frustrating
one.
me is the separation between
Weird
Suicide
Science
Squad and the
was on my
the
list.
Batman
Weird Science was a
versus
comic
Superman.
book?
You know, why are there's so much separation between these movies is ridiculous. to
I'm
me.
sorry, what was that?
The separation between Suicide Squad and the Batman versus Superman.
There isn't any.
There
There
is
isn't
not
any.
going to be.
No,
No,
there's
from
not going
what
to
I
be.
understood.
Oh,
Ben
there's gonna be a
Affleck
tie-in.
is in Suicide Squad.
Then
yeah.
my
And Jared
sensitivity
Leto,
has been mauled.
and Jared Leto, if I'm not mistaken, from what I've heard, is supposed to be in Dawn of Justice in a.
I thought it was just the Batmobile. I didn't think he
No,
was.
he's in it.
No,
He's
there's-
actually in it.
yeah.
Okay.
And if you look at the trailer for Suicide Squad, there's a scene where you see
He's
Batman
riding the
holding
car.
on to the top
He's
of
the one who
the
captures
Joker.
Joker.
Right. No, I realize he's on the character Batman's in there. I did not realize it was.
No, it was
Ben
Affleck. Yeah.
Oh, they're very cool.
Yeah, no, it's 100% tied in. I'm very much so looking forward to that movie. I think that movie's gonna be fucking great. Are you not looking forward to it?
So you guys
still
were
not
talking.
sold.
Oh, I'm sorry, Anna. You had something to say?
No,
Uh,
never.
No, she has something. Let her speak.
I know.
Say
Anna, what do you
something.
got?
Anna,
What do you
what
got?
What are you, the lead singer
Go
of
ahead.
Trapped?
What do you
In
got?
his defense, I
We
said,
hate women.
and his defense said,
And I hate women.
go. So, but it was my
Hashtag
bad.
headstrong.
No,
I was
go ahead.
I was getting the Big Mex like say something, damn it, and then Anna got
Then
right
I was
in there.
going to. No, okay.
Anna, thoughts on Suicide Squad? Go.
You know, I'm still not sold. Like, honestly, to me, it still looks like a Hot Topic commercial.
Well,
So, like,
so
I don't
you
know
have a problem
why.
with the Jared Leto Joker?
I have a problem with
I
the
get
Jared
the.
Leto
I can
Joker.
see the psychotic side. I can
Right.
see that, but I'm still like on the fence with the whole like
The look of him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
I'm not
Now,
really
see-
up with the look of him. But maybe it's a deliberate thing because they're talking about him being Jason Todd. There's that rumor about him being.
It is. I think it is very deliberate because you think about it. The first one with Nicholson, he was the gangster. The second one with what's his name was Heath Ledger. Thank you. He was the anarchist, and this is a psychotic. I mean,
Yeah.
they're all kind of psychotic, but this is he's
Plays
just
a
taking that to the
one
next
of the
level.
All the
each
different-
Jokers
yeah.
that
Yeah, there needs
yeah.
to be some because if he's just trying to do the Heath Ledger Joker, I don't think it'll do it.
Nobody
I think
can ever
needs
do
to make
that,
it
yeah.
himself.
do something
Absolutely.
different. Yeah.
I mean, there's so many different ways to play that's the beauty of the Joker, is that there's not one way to play him. There's not one way to look like him. I mean, people said that about Heath Ledger's Joker. I mean, that was a completely
yeah.
original version of the Joker that he played in terms of the look.
He owned that Joker.
Yeah, he but
Scarred pretty, you know.
right. I mean,
a pretty scarring.
right, exactly. But there was no basis for that. That was his idea to do it that way. So it wasn't. This is actually based on an actual Joker from the comics. If I'm not mistaken,
version of the
Yeah,
Joker.
a version of the Joker that exists. So my thing with people saying that they don't like the look of him. I mean, first of all, it's a modern version of it. Number one, and tattoos are a big thing. So and he's in
Right.
prison. I think half the time.
I heard
So-
that like Harley Quinn might have given him all the
Yeah,
tattoos.
give him the tattoos.
Yeah.
Because there's the press release that was originally released of the first look of Jared Leto's Joker when he's like screaming like
Right.
yeah, like Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone. Well, the full version of that is he's screaming because Harley Quinn is behind him giving him tattoos.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it goes back from what I understand. Sorry, I keep elbowing you.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. From what I understand, it's an origin story of Harley Quinn, and it starts when she's Dr. Harleen Quinzel, and then it transitions into that. So
Real quick,
I like his look.
You know what? The only person that I've seen who I've got really opinion on is Harley Quinn on this movie, and I don't necessarily know
Yeah.
if I care for her rendition of that. of this one.
It's-
I think I know which version they're going with, but I think
It's
the
the
wrong version.
52
It's
version.
the new
of her,
52
yeah.
version, but I really think the better version. She should have either gone with the Batman, the animated series one where she's in the costume, or they go with the version that's in the
video
TV
game.
shows right now.
But how
or
do you
not
make-
TV shows? I'm sorry, the video games.
Yeah.
How do you
which
make
are
that
amazing.
realistic, though? This one's
Well, the
more
video
of a
games,
realistic
I think they could have
thing,
done
though.
realistic.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the leather and that kind of stuff instead of the jeans. I don't know.
She's not wearing
It kind of
jeans.
reminds me. Yeah, she's wearing a jean. Aren't she wearing jean shorts?
She's wearing
jean shorts.
pink and blue shorts.
Yeah, but those aren't her
jean
colors.
shorts, I
She has
thought.
that.
In the
whole-
new 52, her colors are pink and blue.
Right.
Oh,
no,
really?
I understand why. I mean, but I just think I think it needs to be darker. I mean, it's kind of too campy. Yeah, it's too bubblegum. Thank you.
Well, I guess we'll wait and see. I mean, there's only been one trailer released of it, so we'll wait and see how it kind of pans out.
Yeah.
Did you like the trailer, Wes? I loved it. That's what sold me on it was the trailer.
I mean, speaking of the whole Batman versus Superman, there's been stuff coming out. Actually, it's been coming out for a few weeks now that Jenna Malone is. At first, they were talking about that Jenna Malone was supposed to play possibly Robin and have a female Robin in this. Now, this week, they're saying that she's possibly Batgirl. We're supposed to be under the impression that this is a long ways past Batman's prime.
Yeah.
And that
He
at
plays the
least
older
one
Bruce
version
Wayne.
of Robin is dead.
Right.
And is Jenna Malone going to be Batgirl? Will she be the Oracle? What will she be?
I could see the Oracle before I see Batman.
First of all, I think that there's too many fucking characters in this movie.
Yeah, that's the fear here.
I'm going to be real honest
Hey,
about it.
Hot Wet American Summer has a shit ton of characters.
Yeah, but
man.
no one has hot wet American Summer tattooed on their arm either. Okay,
Oh,
so
shit.
you know what I'm saying? Like I think where they're fucking up is they're trying to make Justice League before Justice League. Like
Right.
save some shit. It's okay. You don't have to.
Blow your load all
Right.
the way.
Yeah.
Like,
It might be
everybody's in
2
this.
seconds. You know what I mean? Like I think
But
we don't
still.
know yet because they've released so much about a movie that has. You look at the
Right.
parallel of Star Wars,
This is
and you
something
look
we've
at the
talked
parallel
about many,
of
many,
Batman
many
versus
times.
Superman and all those movies. Like you've almost seen the whole movie of these other movies. You don't know shit about Star Wars still.
Right.
And I like
Exactly.
that. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
So I don't like this. Like I know everything about a movie 2 years, 1 year,
Before it
whatever
happens.
before it
Ever
comes out.
since day one, since the day one shoot of
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad, and I've said this, and it's one of my pet peeves. I don't want to fucking see daily updates of what's going on the movie. Surprise me.
There were hourly
Surprise
updates
me.
almost.
Surprise me what Joker's going to look like. Surprise me what Deadshot's going to look like. Surprise me on that.
So you have that bad press already.
Yeah,
I really don't know if they can. I mean, people want it and they need it.
Oh,
if people don't get their fix in there, I think that people
I agree
won't
with
see
that,
the movie.
too.
No,
I mean,
you
just
people
have
will
to
eventually
ignore it.
see the movie.
We're in this society now where we have news 24 hours a day at our fingertips wherever we go. It's just society. I'm not condoning it or defending it. I'm saying that people they want their information right fucking now, and that's why they're releasing all these things about these movies.
Just like Star, but and it's hard to compare this to Star Wars, of course, but people are going to see the movie. Suicide Squad, people, if they stop, you know what, we're going to cut off our social media. If they cut it off right now, people are still going to go see it because they're still going to wonder, okay, what's going to happen? Like what's next?
Well, I'll tell you what one of the problems is in correlation to that is when they're shooting these movies, and Suicide Squad is actually a really good example of it. I think a lot of these movie studios have to get ahead of the people. And what I mean by that is there was already YouTube videos of people that were standing around watching them film this movie that put up them filming Batman on the Joker's car.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Because they're in
Cell
big city
phone.
streets. They're
right,
not in
exactly.
Pinewood
You
Studios.
can't block off everything. So people are getting it out there regardless of whether the studios want. So automatically right then and there, you knew that Batman was in Suicide Squad, and it had nothing to do with the movie studio whatsoever.
Right.
So I think that a lot of these studios have to get ahead of that, and they're just saying, you know what, people are going to find out anyway, so let's go ahead and release it our way.
Well, you
And,
remember the shot of Dead? I actually fell for this. The first shot of Deadshot was actually a cosplay that was on the set that was hanging out watching
No
this.
way. I
And
didn't
they
know
put
that.
it out there for at least a day that this was Will Smith as Deadshot. And then everybody's like, oh, no, that was actually a cosplay guy. And then they came out with the real picture as a response to that.
Right.
So it's kind of interesting to see. So, you know what? We're gonna take it out on this segment with a song. And
Let's do a
this
song.
is I know a song. Come, yeah.
Are you going to sing us a song?
I'm not going to sing anything.
Sing me
but
a
I am going to say this is a band I saw a couple weeks ago at the very last Bunkhouse show. This is a band called Sleepwave. The lead singer of this band used to be the singer of Under Oath. He used to scream a lot. Now he sings. One of the best shows I've seen in the last couple years. This is Sleepwave with Whole Again.
And if you're listening to the Q podcast, we're gonna continue here. If you listen to Volume11Music.com, BigMex Jimmy Show, we're gonna go with the music. Yeah.
Yeah.